Kind of tired. Got snowed in, so took the day off because I wasn't feeling too good as well. Yeah, ignore the sound of cats and human beings in the background. Yeah, so I've been told that apparently sometimes my mic kind of echoes. I was watching some of the video and sometimes it does echo. That's why I am using the camera now, so that way it doesn't echo as bad. Hopefully the stream is a lot better than the other ones where I just had the picture. Honestly, I hadn't been feeling very good lately, so whenever I streamed, I didn't want you guys to like see my face and it be like beet red the whole entire stream. So instead I had the Fortnite character randomly on there. I know a lot of people touch and go about Fortnite. I don't know, it's okay game. It's not like, it's kind of past its prime, but like I said, it's just, like I said, I'm on Master Duel now, and like I said, I'm running my gears. I know a lot of people are probably like, it's not the most optimal deck, but honestly, it's all I know, and it's the deck I love. And the best part about a deck, especially if you dedicate yourself to one deck, is you can constantly upgrade it, and you can constantly do new things to it. And in case anyone watches this afterwards, here, this is the updated deck profile, because I told all you guys I was going to add Prosperity. And to add Prosperity, I sadly had to get rid of Pulse Mine. Because the problem with Pulse Mine was, after I got the Forbidden Droplets, I really didn't want my opponent's monsters in defense mode anymore. Despite the fact that, yeah, my cards, some of them do piercing. But yeah, it made a lot more sense, instead of Pulse Mine, to have Pot now that I have 15 cards. And if you're wondering, the updated deck, I took out one of the Ancient Gear Ballistas. And the reason I took it out was because I needed room for the Zeus. I am 50-50 on Zeus. Like, I can summon Zeus real easy with this deck, because I now have number 27. So 27 says that if you attack, you can special summon a level 10 or higher machine. And Zeus says if an Xyz monster attacks, you can summon Zeus. My problem with Zeus, though, is I had never used it before, was the first time I ever summoned it, I basically just threw the match, because the guy had Monster Reborn, summon a monster that pops, and Zeus protects every monster but himself. And what was weird was, I don't know, when he activated his effects, some of my cards, whenever they get popped, they have effects, but none of them activated. Which makes me think that somehow Zeus negates them. Maybe it's timing. Maybe since a lot of my cards in this deck are older, maybe some of them miss timing. Okay, when this card... No, this card does not miss timing. This card says when. So I guess it's just Zeus. I guess he pops everything so quickly that cards can't react to it. But like I said, so Zeus is more of like, you know you're going to win the match, play it. Otherwise, I probably will just use it for pot of Prosperities. Sad that I have to, I have to clarify that. And then of course this card goes because I literally have no reason for it. And then you use your third copy of this for pot, because you honestly are never going to use more than 2 of these. Because a video I'm going to post here in a minute, I had this card survive 8 destruction effects from a Blackwing deck. The guy apparently never read my card. He used 8 effects to pop this. None of them worked. I guess he assumed this card had like a finite limit of pop effects that would work against it. But no, this card is just not affected by anything. And the guy, it was just funny to watch him struggle. Because he was like, pop, nothing. Pop, nothing. Send, nothing. Have the attack, nothing. Yeah. That's the good thing about Howitzer. Howitzer is, like I said, he's a Sandgin on steroids. And then, if you notice, I added Dingirsu. Yes? Here in a minute, yeah. I'll be out there in a minute. Okay. Yeah, so I'll have to pause this for now. And so yeah, I guess this video is more just the updated deck profile. I'll be back streaming here in like 20 minutes. Like I said, King of all calamities, I did summon him the other day. What's strange about King Calamities, I found out that King Calamities and Ancient Gear Howitzer actually counter-react each other. This card says it's unaffected by card effects. This card says, negate all card effects. So this card technically shouldn't be affected by this. But because this card negates, for some reason it turns Howitzer off. And I end up losing to a VFD turbo deck. Because, like I said, Howitzer somehow, they negated Howitzer, so I couldn't burn him for 1,000. And because of that, I wasn't able to get him low enough to OTK. And then they summoned VFD again, and I absolutely couldn't do anything. But yeah, so basically, yeah. So VFD, for the time that it's in this game, it's just, yeah. And then I saw a bunch of Utopia decks that were all running this, and I learned kind of how this works. Because for a while, I was wondering how this card works, because I was assuming that the moment that any effect activates, you can just negate it. But no, apparently you can pick and choose with this one. So first per turn, never mind. I guess when they summoned this, then I guess they used an effect that negated its effects for a turn then. Because the next turn they immediately activated this. Okay. But yeah. Like I said, if I'm ever feeling cheeky, I can summon this. Like I said, it's kind of weird that this card does not protect itself. Like, it's a big giant. It's basically Black Hole. But, like I said, well, actually, technically, it would be Black Hole mixed with Heavy Storm. So, technically, it's a Chaos Dragon. But, pre-errata. But, like I said, it just, I don't know. I'm testing this in the deck. And if it gets to the point where this is just not optimal, I may just end up, just keeping this in the deck for Pot of Prosperity fodder. And the reason I'm only running one is because I bought a ton of SRs to experiment with certain things with this deck. Like, I tried to turn this deck into like a quick tribute deck to try to get these guys out faster. But the problem with that was I burned through so many resources so quickly that the only thing that made the deck even slightly usable, excuse me, was these two cards. So I dropped the tribute monsters for Pot and the Forbiddens. And this is honestly just in here just in case. I'm getting to the point where I may drop one of the Forbidden for the Dark Ruler, because having a complete board negate is, with this deck at least, is a lot stronger than negating very crucial cards. Because the problem with this is right here is it says cards cannot respawn in card activation for the cards that you tribute. So in other words, if you go to negate a monster and you set a trap card from your hand, your opponent can still activate a monster effect to this. because you tributed a monster. Or at least it's what I'm assuming it's saying. Yeah, okay, yeah, that is what it's saying. But yeah, so yeah, I've had this card. So basically, 90% of the time I activate Forbidden Droplet, and then the enemy dude just activates like Threatening Roar. Is what's happened to me over 3 different times. And I'm just like, or if not Threatening Roar, they activated a card very similar. And I kind of confused. Because I'm like, I didn't expect Silver tier people to be thinking Forbidden was going to be dropped on them. Not to mention, I've run into so many Utopic Futures. Like, Utopic Future is just... that card's just busted, man. That's why I'm thinking about using the Dark Ruler, so that way I can just straight up negate it. Versus the Forbidden, which I'm pretty sure targets... it says choose. I don't know if choose is a target. I don't think it is. But yeah, like I said, the deck, like I said, isn't that bad. Like I said, it's pretty good. The only problem is when you fight any kind of meta deck, these 3 cards start to lack a lot. Unless you summon this on your turn. This card right here on your turn can finish the match. These cards right here, if used with 3 of these, can finish the match. Like I said, as long as they don't activate like a Threatening Roar, which is just annoying. But yeah. So like I said, this deck is more of a prototype at the moment. And I'm getting to the point where I may just trade out the Zeus back for this. Because like I said, I've had a lot of people just activate Recursion and pop it. Because like I said, this card, as good as it is, should have some kind of protection. But it doesn't. It literally just protects every card around it. It's a Dark Plagueis. It's super powerful. But, yeah. That's the video. I'll be back. See you guys. I hope you enjoyed this update deck profile. As soon as I started putting in the prosperity, I started winning a couple matches, so consistency's up. Okay. So just as for you're out. Hope you enjoy the video and the stream here in a little bit.